We're going to kick off this recap video in kind of a strange place, and that's with JPM. Now, it may not seem strange once this video is done, and that's the whole point of understanding why a name like JPM can be interesting to the Dow and the S&P. So let's get into it. When we think about breaking down the futures into their main sectors, I'll use the ETFs for two reasons. One, it's the best way to track, and number two, it's the best way to trade. So I can take advantage of some of these setups on these ETFs while I'm understanding their impact on the S&P, the NASDAQ, or the Dow. And you'll see I have them listed here, just the top three. And I kind of have this 2 out of 3 rule that we've talked about before, preferably if I'm going to be long or short any one of these index futures. Ideally, 2 of these 3 sectors, top 3, should be moving in that same direction. Otherwise, where's the organization and the follow through? And the reason JP Morgan is part of the conversation is JP Morgan was a little bit of a laggard. In fact, I've had a long position in XLF for some time. I think the Euro Stoxx 50 banks sector, with a lot of the negative news around Turkey and the Turkish lira, have really unfairly and really incorrectly hammered the XLF. So it was that move into the wave that I was looking to take advantage of. Now I know if the XLF is weak, it's going to be a drag on the Dow, it's going to be a drag on the S&P. I know once it starts to move out from the support of the wave higher, it's going to help the S&P and the Dow. So while that's happening, we went ahead and set up a 2785 entry in this area right there. Now, when you think about the XLF, the 2 biggest names in it are Berkshire and JP Morgan. And JP Morgan pulled back really nicely to the wave. So not that different an entry, because the XLF just traded off a little bit deeper into the wave, while JP Morgan is at the top of the wave. So a shallower correction to the downside. But either way, it's a buy. And if I've got XLF, great, and JP Morgan, great, I've got a really good confirmation of potential movement higher. Again, this being the second heaviest weighted name. So a really big boat within the tide of XLF. XLF could carry it higher, but certainly JP Morgan is going to be a big part of why traders would want to get long XLF. So we actually set up a long position. Now, I know it might seem weird for a futures room to be focused on XLF and JP Morgan, but this is the advantage of being a futures trader. You understand all the intersection between the markets, and this is pretty much what we did. We played the long position. Some traders took advantage of this consolidation in here and got long via at-the-money calls. Others took advantage of the JP Morgan buy. And then this was the target right in here at 114.95. This was one of the alerts. Now, when that moved higher, I was looking for XLF, and I knew it would help the overall markets head higher as well. In fact, the Russell has the number one sector within the Russell is financials, and this was one of our early buys on the day. So this is less about the individual setups that I took. I mean, we've got plenty of recap videos talking about that, but the conversation that I'm looking to sort of insert into our recap and premium videos are we looking at all the different connected places where, one, there's an opportunity, and 2, there's confirmation. Notice that while I was looking at JP Morgan, the Russell, the XLF, the S&P, the Dow, different opportunities were presented in each one of them, and then each one sort of confirms the other. And so there's a lot of synergy there, and that's the kind of synergy that I love to take advantage of. So very good day for us with Russell buys, JP Morgan, XLF, and this is how we put these things together: understanding weighting, understanding sector, and the impact on the individual futures contracts. I hope that's something that gets your curiosity going. We'll have more videos like this talking about these relationships, and I think slowly, as you see these with repetition, the connections will click. So thanks for watching.